Hello everyone and welcome. Today I'll be talking about a fantasy country that I've had bubbling around in my mind for a while and just needed to get out somewhere. So please think of all this as a rough first draft. I'm pretty new to world building in itself and I might change things down the line. So yeah, keep that in mind. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Today I'll be talking about the first country among the many countries in this wonderful land. The first, please don't mind my lack of creativity with this name, is called Witch Country. As you may have guessed, everyone who lives here is a witch, gifted with powers to control elements. I will explain more about how their magic works later. Witch Country is located west of the Sacros Empire and south of the Winterborn. It is mainly forest, with great tall trees towering over thick, dense foliage. Witch Country is not a friendly state to outsiders, with borders monitored and patrolled. The majority of witches that live here live in one single house surrounded by farmland. It is a massive house and is made to be magically even bigger when you go inside. The population is small, mostly around 1,000 to 2,000 people, witches living in here. The house is made out of dark wood and is I'm thinking like a Victorian style house. You know what I'm saying? I'll put photos up what I kind of imagine it to look like. When I imagine it, I think of it like this photo, but like a bazillion times bigger, like really big. The inside would be red and dark wooden floors and with walls lined with wallpaper and paint and all those things. Rugs would line every twisting hall. Herbs and flowers would be hung all around. It's very dark cottagecore-y vibe, like witchy vibe inside is what I'm getting, but that's like everywhere. It's all a bit dank, it's all a bit dusty, it's very old, that kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? The families that would live here would live in their own apartments, I guess, without a better word to describe it. Families would live on the first 2 floors of the house. They would be pretty decent sized, but definitely not like massive, with enough room for a kitchen, small living room, and 2 to 3 rooms for the parents and children. They also would have a balcony space with a small garden on the outside. If they lived on the very bottom floor, they could have their own little outdoor bit outside as well. Once the children grow up, between the ages of 14 to 16, kids would move out of their family spaces and into their own apartments on the 3rd and 4th floors. These rooms would be much smaller, made for 2 people as they would have a roommate. With everyone living in the same building, kids moving out so young isn't really a big deal because if they needed their parents or anyone, they'd be just like a 10-minute walk down the floor. Once they grow up and move on from schooling, they can move into a 1-person apartment on the 4th and 5th floors where they may stay or move to lower floors when they have kids. The house has many social areas such as libraries and indoor gardens where the ceilings magically reflect the sky, kitchens and sitting areas, and all that stuff is in there. It's common for them to make their food at their apartment and then go sit in the communal dining area to sit and eat with their friends and family. At the center of the house is the council's room. This is where they deliberate to listen to the concerns from the other witches and stuff like that. It's basically a throne room for like 7 witches. I'll talk more about the council a bit later. There is also classrooms on the lower floor as well for the kids. As if you were not born into the house, you would definitely get lost in this big house with its countless rooms, hallways, and stairways. Right, let's get on to how the magic would work. Each child is born with being able to do all magic, use all the elements. Once they grow up, however, they will begin to specialize in one element where their power will grow immensely with this one element. At the end of their schooling, the council will decide which element they have specialized in and what job they will have. You might be thinking, surely it would be really easy to tell which elements they would be specializing in, and they don't need to be told that. Well, for the most part, this is true. However, there are enhanced versions of some elements, of all the elements, and sometimes it can be difficult to tell which element you fall into. The elements are air, earth, fire, water, sun, moon, star, and sky. Sun being the enhanced version of fire, moon being the enhanced version of water, star being the enhanced version of earth, and sky being the enhanced version of air. When you own these elements, you can do much greater things than the non-enhanced elements, such as sky witches can learn how to fly, and moon witches can create like massive waves, stuff like this, you know. They can just do the element on a much larger scale. These are rare, however, and don't happen often, so you don't need to have an enhanced, you don't need to be an enhanced element to succeed. When someone has the enhanced element, they are usually given a job of patrols, in teaching, or they're saved to work under the council and maybe even replace one of the council members. The council are inclined to send these enhanced elements to the borders, as if they have powerful witches on the borders, they'll be able to keep out anything and anyone. Okay, so the council are these ancient witches. They've been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. They are all enhanced elements, so everyone in the council is either a sun, sky, moon, or star witch. No one from the coven really challenges them, with them being the like self-appointed government, as they have very well convinced everyone that they are great leaders, that they can trust them with everything, and they're powerful, and they'll do everything they can to, you know, support the coven or whatever. The council is also very, very old, meaning their brains, their minds have kind of deteriorated a bit, you know what I'm saying? They've gone a bit on the whack side, you could say, so leaving some of their decisions a little bit questionable. I'll leave it there. Which countries' relations to the other countries differ greatly. With which country and the Sacros Empire have a long history of wars, which with the witches wanting Sacros' land, as the Sacros Empire is like right on a trading port. They have a massive trading port. It goes in and out, so if you want to trade on the continent, you have to go through Sacros, and they of course hate that. Yeah. They also have a lot of, like, the council has a very personal history with this Sacros Empire king. If you want to see, like, the whole story between the Sacros Empire's king and the council, I will make a whole video on that. I have a whole story and shit. Let me know if you want to see that. I might put that in my Sacros Empire video. That one's gonna be massive. Anyway, move on. This is not about this is about witches. The witches have a strong relationship with the pirates at Maroon Isle, making their long trip to their shores worthwhile, with giving them magical gadgets to sell off, and sometimes lending them a water witch to help them turn the tides when they need to, you know, go through water. What am I saying? They can turn the tides. And sometimes lending them a water witch to help them turn the tides. The witches are neutral with the northern Winterborn, and with Narashina, they have a few ties with the politics there, always trying to steer things in their favor. Basically, they've got, like, I think they would have, like, a couple witches in there, you know, like, trying to make things be more in their favor so they can get more out of this. Yeah. I will do videos on all of these countries, so I'll do a video on the Sacros Empire, Narashina, Maroon Isle, and Winterborn, so keep a lookout for that. They all are very different, and yes, they're very cool, so I can't wait to do videos about them. But yes, if you like this, please leave a like and a subscribe. It would be very, very helpful. Yeah. Also, if you by any chance want to make an OC from this world or something, you are more than welcome to. Just please, like, credit me with the world, or tag me. I would love to see them. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys!